Welcome everybody to a really special speaker series event tonight. We're going to begin with Birdathon Kickoff, our annual SCVAS Birdathon Kickoff, and followed by that brief conversation, we're going to have Freya McGregor of Birdability talking about her work to make birding accessible for more people of all abilities. So that's pretty exciting, and it's a real theme for us. So let's start with a few words about the Birdathon itself. The purpose of the annual event, as you know probably, is to raise money for our education program. And Carolyn's going to talk a little bit more specifically about that in a moment. The other goal is to expose more people to the joys of birding, and that's why we're having this special event. We want to make our trips more welcoming to people of all abilities and backgrounds. And it's why we've made such headway in our partnerships with groups like Save by Nature and the Billy DeFrank organization and the Feminist Bird Club, trying to make sure that the LGBTQ community feels welcome and that we provide a safe birding environment for people of all different backgrounds. Those are really wonderful partnerships that we formed, and we have a growing number of field trips with these folks, and it's been fabulous. So we want to involve people of all abilities on our birding trips, and that includes, but not limited to, people with mobility issues, vision issues, hearing issues, because birding really is for all people, and everybody should be able to enjoy it. We also want to, this particular year, we want to make sure that we're welcoming people that are both old and young, of all skill levels and all physical abilities. And we're doing that by providing a great number of field trips with different formats. So they range from the 4-hour quick trips that are geared toward beginners to 24-hour trips for the more ambitious birders among us. We've got teams that are COVID safe by either being socially distanced, or distributed. And you can learn more about what those two formats mean. But we have teams that stay in one place. We have teams that tour the entire county. We're going to have teams that use no fossil fuel. We've got teams that photograph their sightings. We've got teams that draw and paint. And we've got teams that ride bicycles, and we've got teams that are navigable with wheelchairs and scooters, and on and on and on. We're really trying to make as many formats available for our birders as possible. So that goal, of course, is really to raise money for the chapter, and to have fun and be safe. So with that in mind, I want to hand it over to Carolyn for a moment to talk about why we have this Birdathon and what it is we're funding with the contributions and the sponsorships that our team members and team leaders get from the community. Carolyn, take it away.
Thanks, Matthew. So the funds that we raise with Birdathon go to support our education programs. So these include the school programs that you're familiar with, things like Wetlands Discovery Program, talking about bird adaptations in the class. This is what funds the programs for the schools that cannot afford our programs otherwise. So it allows us to bring environmental education into the classroom, regardless of a school's ability to pay. This is what allows us to do things like the programs we have running with the San Jose Public Library. So just this afternoon, actually, I did a presentation for a dozen kids through the Berryessa branch of the San Jose Public Library. We talked about adaptations all over the world, and we had a ton of questions about toucans and parrots. So that was a really fun time. It is also what is letting us go through with our Oak Savannah community science program, which some of you have already actually taken part in. We just had a bio blitz for it. So a community run biological survey at the North Coyote Valley site. Just this past weekend, I believe at last count, we had about 120 species logged. So that includes everything from flies to gulls to birds and tadpoles, which is helping not just uh, build the curriculum for this, sorry about that, but it's also helping us reach out to the community, getting the local people involved in exploring this really great open space that they can vote to continue to protect. So that's a really great and rewarding piece of engagement that we're working on, that these funds help us with. So I'm going to pass it on to Barry so he can walk you guys through how to get involved with Birdathon, how to start your own team or sign up for a team. So take it away.
All right. Thanks, Carolyn. And I'm going to share my screen so I can show you. There's lots of different ways to be involved in the Birdathon. You could join a team. You could create your own team. You could form your own team. You could simply sponsor any one of the many teams that I'll show you on the website. Or maybe you just want to enjoy the stories that people have written about their Birdathon adventures. And there are lots of ways. When people finish the Birdathon, they send us a report, which often includes photos, and we create what we call Birdathon stories, where you can read about their adventures. And we have all of the Birdathon stories going back to the beginning of 2020 when we first started doing that. So I'm just on the homepage here for our website, which is scvas.org. And if you scroll down, there's a nice big banner here for the Birdathon, which we just put up because this is the kickoff. So if you click on that, it will take you to, it didn't go, that was weird. It will take you to the Birdathon page with all of the information about the Birdathon participation window, which starts a week from Saturday and goes on through till May 8th. And then more information, general information about the Birdathon, including the new t-shirt that Matthew designed. We have a beautiful new t-shirt, the sparrows. It also ties into his sparrows class. And if you come to the nature shop and purchase the t-shirt, the funds from your t-shirt purchase also go towards supporting the Birdathon and the education programs. The teams that raise the most money will also be eligible for prizes. And we have a lot of different sponsors for our prizes. Prizes are donated to us, and then we award them to the top fundraising teams. We also recognize the team that finds the most species of birds. That's always an interesting and fun challenge. And we recognize the team that does the most species photographed and the most audio most species recorded. We just started doing audio, I believe last year. It might have been the year before. Anyway, so the ways you can participate are all on this Teams page. If you click on the Teams link, you can, if you would like to form a team, you can click this button to form a team. And then when you're done, you can submit your report. Or you can join a team, and then we have a growing list of teams. I'm just going to click on one sort of at random. Click on the California Towhees. So here's the California Towhees, a description of what this team is, what they do, when they're going birding, who's leading it. And then if you want to join, you click the join button. And if you just want to support them because they're your friends or you like that team, you can click on the sponsor, and that will go to our donations page, and you can donate specifically in that team's name. And that's basically it. All of the information is there. And if you have any questions, Carolyn or I will be happy to answer them. I think that was everything I wanted to show you. All right. So back to you, Matthew.
Great. So yeah, we're going to have many, many more teams as the descriptions come in and the dates come in. So look forward to that. But the purpose and the theme of this year's Birdathon sort of been laid out for you. And our goal is to reach more people, expose them to the joys of birding, and to make our teams accessible no matter what your abilities are, what your background is, and because birding really is for all of us.